Hello and welcome. Today let's speak to the Startup team to find out how they're discovering diamonds in the rough in the tech startup world and giving smart returns to investors. Vinod Achi and Anuj Jain join us to talk about the fund philosophy. Thank you so much for your time. Vinod, you've spent years in the investment world. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Vinod Achi. I've been a career banker for over 25 years before turning a fund manager, and at the Startup platform, basically responsible for the maiden fund. I've had over a decade and a half of experience investing in startups and early stage ventures, and I've been an entrepreneur briefly before venturing into the fund management side of it.
So Anuj, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Anuj Jain and I am the co-founder and CEO of Startup. Startup is a global startup platform and a leading one in Southeast Asia and India region, which are the two fastest growing economies, internet economies in the world. I've been involved deeply in startup ecosystem for almost a decade now, and donned a hat of entrepreneur, founder of a marketplace startup, trained over 200 plus startups through a startup boot camp in Singapore, and worked with a VC firm to scale one of the F&B SaaS startup across 6 countries in Asia, prior to co-founding Startup in 2016.
That's excellent. Vinod, I'd like to know a little bit about the investment philosophy you follow.
Our investment philosophy is very straightforward and simple. We focus on B2B businesses that have revenues, have clients, have paying clients. So we are not at early stage, idea stage companies, but companies that have proven themselves already in the marketplace and looking for opportunity to scale up and grow rapidly. And these are often companies that do fall between the cracks of angel investors and venture capitalists, large houses. And that's basically we would like to build our niche investment focus. And in order to do that, we have partnered up with Startup platform. And Startup platform is a world-class curation platform that identifies excellent opportunities for us to look at.
Anuj, what goes into discovering the diamonds from the rough? You know, those startups which have the potential to be winners.
At Startup, we use our proprietary assessment technologies and a network of 120 plus global domain experts and institutions to discover promising startups with some authentic founders and teams which are executing the plans day in, day out. Not only we assess hundreds of startups and choose only the top ones for the fund considerations for old school comprehensive diligence to protect investors' interests, but we don't leave it there, and we have a structured cross-border scaling program to unlock the value of these assets by building their revenues.
Vinod, can you take us through one of your investments and explain how it has performed?
I think one investment that we definitely would like to showcase is a company called PivotChain. It's a smart surveillance company using AI ML technology to analyze live streaming video data for capturing anomalies and pattern recognition. And it was a very small company of around $150,000 top line, doing fairly basic surveillance when we identified and discovered them. Subsequently, they won a very prestigious contract with Dubai Airports, whereby the entire Dubai Airport CCTV cameras are streaming into their software to identify issues from airports to the airplanes to security to just crowding issues or safety issues. And that company now has almost $1 million kind of a turnover this year, and is basically in conversations with multiple states for homeland securities and multiple airports all over the world. And one aspect of the growth that we mentioned about the platform leveraging its network to build the investing company's business, I think the platform has done a fantastic job in opening doors and building a pipeline for the company.
Anything you'd like to share on the kind of fund cash flows and also the returns on investment, Vinod?
The fund started investing mid-2019 with our first investment being in a company called Lumitix. which is into food wastage management, provides analytics to large hotels and convention centers on the kind and nature of the food wastage. Since then, we've made about a dozen investments in the last 15-16 months, and across variety of industries and across countries in Southeast Asia, India, and also in the United States and UK. We've committed just under 60% of the fund into the current investments, and we have set aside the remaining 40%, bulk of it, for follow-ons into our winners, and we have quite a few of them already. At least 3 or 4 of them are well on the way to be multi-baggers. And on a conservative estimate, we think the valuation of the fund is about 1.4x our invested amount. That's within about a year and a half of investing. And we have stakes in companies ranging from 2 to 3% in the smaller ones to about 30% in some of the real high conviction ones. And we intend to basically keep the fund size around 15 investments, give or take. So we probably have 2 or 3 more to make in the next few months. But we do intend to keep most of our dry powder for follow-on investments into our winners. And our anticipated IRR for the fund is in the region of 25 to 30%, which means we'd like to make around 5x for the investors during the life of the fund.
Thank you so much for your time, Vinod and Anuj.